What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everyone for supporting. But this video, though, is entitled Skeptical of Miss Independence Change of Heart. Now, guys are skeptical of what they're hearing online about the ladies having a change of heart and wanting to come to the table and hash things out, right? Because of the hypocrisy that's involved in it. And, you know, Nicole Michelle talks about this, about, guys being able to sniff out the BS. And I think this is an issue because there are guys who definitely can sniff out the BS very fast. And the skepticism comes from this. Say we need to come together. Okay, brothers are skeptical because, yeah, we do need to come together. But what we're seeing is you're still pushing your agenda. It's not a we agenda, it's a you agenda that you need us to help you with. So guys are skeptical about Mrs. Independence change of heart because guys step back and say, you know what, since you independent, do you. This is where the problem lies, right? And we're seeing, girls kind of like, so it causes a problem. Some of the skepticism comes from this ideology of, I remember you saying you didn't need no one, need a man, and now all of a sudden men need to protect and provide for you. See, guys are skeptical about it. Like, what? How you go from, that's a complete 180. So the question comes, well, why are you expecting, how do you actually expect to not need a man and then turn around and say you need to provide and protect for me? Like, what happened in the middle of this? See, that's a big jump. Now, these guys want answers. And because of these extreme flip-flops, they're skeptical about some of these changes of heart, right? It is what it is. Another thing. Guys are skeptical about the family structure because, guys basically like, this, where we going is going to be patriarchal, where you're at is matriarchal. So, you're trying to have a matriarchy with patriarchal work. Like, what are you doing? Because when it's time to change your heart, I want the man to be men and this, that, and the third. People get triggered real quick when it's like, okay, well, I'm in charge. And then, no, you can't be. Or they start trying to undermine and sabotage your direction. So guys are skeptical because there are certain conversations that trigger people. There are certain hot button issues. The same thing that came out with the article about the men need to vote Democratic because the women are voting Democratic, and not basically there are no agendas for the men. So the guys are pretty much independent voters now. That's pretty much what it is. And like, what do I need? What can I get that benefits me? What benefits me in the long run? That's what I'm voting for. So even in this political climate, guys are skeptical because, politically, you want my vote for who? The family or for you? You know, skepticism, right? Skeptical of Miss Independence Change Your Heart because guys are watching how you treat your sons, the men in your family, and men in society. See, the the chivalry that people understand and for some odd reason act skeptical of, but also feel like they're entitled to and expect from guys. There's there's supposed to be a response to that. You're supposed to reciprocate in that, and that's the issue. You know, there's been no reciprocation for chivalry, right? So now these guys are skeptical because you don't know how to reciprocate from chivalry. You don't know. And I'm not, no, I'm wrong by saying you don't know. You know, but you won't. Problem. So these guys are like, we need to be together, and you're my king, and I love you, and I need you. Do you really? Do you really? Like what? Because what a lot of guys look at educationally, right? I got my education, but now I'm looking for love, marriage, family, and it's like, well, you got your education, you entered the workforce, so is this about you realize this wasn't what you wanted, or is this about debt? And this is where the skepticism comes into play because guys got to figure out, so you behind the eight ball and now you need some help, because that's what it comes off as more so than not. The guys are skeptical because of this how can I say this push to be a wife, which is dope, but the guys are skeptical because they're watching like, okay, see, are you pushing to be married and get attention or affection or whatever it is, or are you pushing to actually be a wife? Like, because there's two different things. Being married, that's an event. Being a wife, that's a responsibility you take on. So guys are skeptical because women are saying that they want to be married, but if you're talking to them, dating them, and courting them, they're not showing any wifely type traits, tendencies. So the guys are like, hold off on that. Put that on pause. So problems, right? Skeptical. Also, the age thing. Guys are skeptical of the change of heart because did you grow older and wiser, or did you just get older and you can't do the things you did when you were younger? So now it's time to shut it down so you could kind of like ride off into the sunset of winter. And when we talking to the guys, when we on a brother pill, talking to guys online, they not feeling that. And the skepticism, you're gonna get tested. Like, pretty much that's what's gonna happen. Guys are not, it's not taking people for their word. So even though you might change your word, your tactics, your rhetoric, you might actually make a 180 as an individual and be everything you say you're trying to be. They're gonna test you because they're skeptical. It is what it is. We out.